I can't pick your strategy. I get asked this one all of the time. Ryan, from the strategies that you've got at Betfair Training Community, which one should I start with and why? And this is probably the hardest question, apart from anyone my 2-year-old asks me, for me to answer. This isn't me trying to get out of answering it either. This is just, I can't pick your strategy for you because I'm not you. I don't reside in your brain. I think very differently to you. And I have a different tolerance to risk. And I also know that the key to all of this is I have different confidence levels in my strategies than you do. And that's because I've done what I'm going to show you in this video. I've understood it and I've broken it down so that you can actually then have confidence in picking a strategy. So how are we going to go about doing that? Because in my eyes, it's the only way for you to profit is to build your own strategy or look at somebody else's strategy and understand why it fits what you want, break it down and then see how you can sort of get into it and if that's the right strategy for you. So at the end of this video, you'll know that. You'll know from every strategy you look at whether it works for you and whether it should be the strategy you go with. Now, I get why people come to me and ask, which is why I wanted to do this video, because people know that I have experience. I've experienced a long time. I've been one of the longest people around this niche, Betfair trading, so they know that I have the experience. They also know that I talk the truth. I've had so many people email me and say that you just tell us the truth and you just keep it really, really simple. And I do. If people email me back and say, oh, I'm already a member of another service, I just tell them the truth. Stay with them then. Or if they ask me, can they do it? Or what, I'll just tell them the truth. And another thing I do is I make trading easier. That's my goal. It's complicated enough. And the main one is probably you think, if I'm doing it, then surely it's going to work for you. And that's wrong. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide of how to pick your own strategy. Some of you are going to be at different points on these steps, which is totally cool. But I would not advise skipping through them. I've put them in order for a reason, okay? And at the end, I've put some questions as well to help you know where you are at and what you need to know to pick the right strategy. So the very, very first place you need to be at before even thinking about strategy is you need to know how Betfair works, okay? You need to know how the exchange works, the terminology, all of that kind of stuff, okay? Which I already know that most people on this channel already know that, okay? So that's cool. You need to know that though. Then, before you even go about picking a strategy, this is going to be a shock to some, is you need some goals. Because what I found is people, they just don't set goals for their trading, like what they want to achieve, what they want from their life with trading. They just pick a strategy that's had its best month ever and go, oh, I'll do that one, which isn't right. You need to, because it just doesn't work like that. You need to look at the longer term. You need to look at the peaks, the troughs, and you need to ask yourself, is that something that fits with my goals? Is that something that's going to align with how I want to trade? And that's what you need to do with your goals. You need to go, what do I want from trading? How do I want it to look? How many trades a week can I handle? All of those kind of things, all of your goals, put them out. And then you can actually start looking at strategies like ones that I share. And if you want me to give you a list of strategies, if you comment the word strategies below, I'll give you a list of ones that have proven to work, and then you apply what I'm going to teach you in this video to it, and you'll be golden. Okay, you just be golden. You need to look at time then next. So when can you actually spend time trading? Because I've always said it on these videos, on podcasts, there's no point in scalping the horses if you work all day. And the other one is too many people get into trading with younger children who realistically you just cannot spend the whole weekend trading. So you need to be honest with yourself. I'm not saying that you can't do it with younger children. You 100% can. You just need to find the strategy that fits that. But before you pick a strategy, you need to know your time commitment. Okay. Then from here we start to look inwards, because there is 100% there is a strategy for every situation. Okay, unless you're in prison, then you can't trade because you don't have access to the computer and that. But every situation there is a strategy for that can work. There is no. What I'm trying to get at with this video is there's no one strategy that's better than another. It's about picking the right strategy for you and your circumstances. Then we're going to look inwards. We're going to start looking at your strengths and your weaknesses. For most of you watching this, your weaknesses are going to be your mindset. Overstaking, chasing losses, wanting to make more money faster. You need a plan. You need a plan to tackle them. Okay? Just tackle them, however you're going to tackle them. Next one, paper trade. I cannot emphasize this one more. I could do every video, every tweet for the next 2 years just saying paper trade, paper trade, paper trade until you actually paper trade. Because too many people, they just jump on when they aren't ready. But what paper trading allows you to do is it allows you to see what's happening in the event. It allows you to see the lead up to the event, how you feel, some of the emotions and the strengths that you have. And it starts to give you that confidence in a strategy, but it also teaches you what's happening with the odds. So you know then what happens, because if you know the start prices are in this range and then after a goal is scored they go to this range, that arms you with way more information, way more power about the potential profit you're getting per strategy, per selection, etc. It's what you need to do, and it builds that confidence. And then when you've got the confidence, the next step is to start small. This allows you to build even more confidence, and you build it up slowly. Way too many people sweat their strategy, and it's usually because they don't have confidence in it. So what they're doing is they're on a bad run of games, they don't have the confidence in the strategy that they're going to turn it around, so they'll stop. Or they'll be on a good run of games and they'll be overconfident, and then they'll start throwing too much money at it, and a bad one will come, they'll chase their losses, and then they'll end up blowing their bank. All of that leads to rash decisions. So paper trade, and then start small. Couple of percent of your bank, 1-2%, start with small stakes. Even if you've got a large bank and you're introducing a new strategy to it, just assign a £200 bank to it and start small, build it up, okay? Get rid of those rash decisions. Then you need to record your performance and your results, and then you need to adapt. And doing all of that and thinking about all of that will help you build your own strategy, or help you look at a strategy. Like if you comment the word strategies below, I'll send you a list. You'll be able to look at them and build your goals, and align the right strategy instead of just going, Ryan, which strategy should I use? Because I don't know your circumstances. So as I promised, the questions are, what do you want with trading? Do you want to leave your job? Do you want to just make a little bit extra to have some extra holidays a year? How many? 2, 3? What kind of holidays? How much do you need for that? We get so bogged down with, I need X, when actually when you break it down, if you want an extra 3 holidays a year, and the average of those holidays is £2,000, you only need £6,000 a year. So then what strategy is going to get you that every single year, and what do the stakes look like, and how much time do you need for that, and can you do that? When can you trade? What times can you actually trade? And research. When can you do that? Which strategy best allows you to do that? What tools allow you to do that? What tools allow you to maximize that time? This is a key one. Can you explain the strategy to somebody who doesn't trade? Can you break that strategy down of someone's strategy you've looked at, and can you understand it enough that someone who doesn't trade could understand what to do with that strategy? So it could be just a mate that's interested in football. Could you explain the lay the draw to them simply so that they understood it over a small coffee? What are the pros and cons of that strategy? Look at these strategies that you're seeing and you're going, I've narrowed it down to these 3. Which one should I do? Or just, I don't have an idea for a strategy, Ryan, which one should I do? Start looking at some strategies out there and start looking at the pros and cons of them. Does that work for you? Does that fit with your risk tolerance? Does that fit with you as a person? What sports do you know and like? Find it always easier when people actually understand or like the sport. It makes it a lot easier to get involved in it and to keep staying around in it. What strategy do you initially like the look of? Why? Why do you like the look of that strategy? Don't just pick a strategy because you think it makes the most money. That might not be the best strategy for you, because you might look at a strategy that has a lot of trades. Okay, so you might see, oh my God, that's made out of the 10 strategies that I've narrowed it down to, one makes so much money, it's unbelievable. That's the one I want to go with. And that's the one that people will lean to because it makes the most money. But if your goal is just to do £6,000 a year and you want 3 holidays, that strategy might have way too many selections for the time that you can actually spend trading and what you want to do trading. Simple. You don't need a crazy, like, take over the world strategy. You just need one that fits you and your life. Have you paper traded it? What does it look like? Can you paper trade that with all of the commitments that you have in life? That's another thing that paper trading does. It allows you to, with zero risk, see if that strategy can actually fit your life. Because if you're collecting the odds at the start of the match, well, you need to be able to collect the odds at the start of the match. Can you do that? And if you're trading in at, say, 15 minutes and then out after a goal, and then your stop loss is at half time, you need to then have a system to do that. And paper trading will allow you to do that. You'll need that information to collect those results. So by paper trading it, you'll be able to do that. What banks and stakes are you going to start with? You need to know this information. Keep it small. How are you going to track it? What is going to be your system to track it? How are you going to do that? And the last one is how you will adapt the strategy. So just thinking about how you're going to adapt the strategy to fit your life. One of the things that I've seen a lot of members on Betfair Trading Community do is take some strategies that we've shared and adapt that strategy to their own life. They've made tweaks, they've automated, they've done loads of different things to take an existing strategy and make it even better for them. And that's the key thing, it's for them. So today's word, I started giving out a word many months ago now, when people got to the end of the video to know whether actually it was a good video or not. And also, when I'm recording these videos, I'm not just staring at a camera in a room on my own. It's actually, I can look through the comments of the previous week's videos and start to get a feel for the people who are watching it. Yes, I do click on your profiles and stalk you, but it does help then when I'm recording these videos feel like I'm actually talking to a human being instead of just staring at a lens and a camera. So today's word is adapt. If you comment that word, it lets me know that you got to the end of this video and that you liked it, and it also builds that sense of community around these videos, which I really love. And also, if you do want a list of strategies, if you comment the word strategies, I'll get them over to you, but then make sure that you watch this video and you've taken notes on this video and then start applying those notes and these questions to those strategies I've shared with you. And I'll see you very soon.